Hey everybody, what is up? I'm going live a little bit later today in hopes that more people will be on and around. Wanted to hop in and talk a little bit about team meetings and the importance of them. And I'd love to hear from the group. Don't be shy. Give me some feedback. What you do with team meetings. I think they are so incredibly important. And especially now that I run a virtual business, it is so critical to have good, productive team meetings. So something I've learned over the years, I think we've really got this dialed in for my team, is not only having them. So I think that's important. There are so many businesses I hear that don't get their team together regularly, and I just think that's a big mistake. I think team meetings are a benefit for team culture, team morale, keeping people in the loop and informed and engaged in the mission of your business. And for me, that is super important. We are so mission driven to help patients get to better healthcare. Like, I don't know how we would function without team meetings and us getting on the same page. So I think they're important for those particular reasons. And there's so many more, but it's not just about getting together and just chit chatting and talking. It's about having a specific agenda. So number one, my suggestion, team meetings, is have them regularly. So for me and my team, and again, I'm a virtual business, we don't get to see each other very often. We meet weekly for 30 minutes. They may run over. Again, we try to really stay dialed in with time. I want to respect the calendar. I want to respect what we do for our clients, which is following up with their leads. So we can't be stuck in meetings very long. We want them to be quick and to the point and get in and get done with what we need to do. They need to be productive. So my team and I meet once a week. It's usually Wednesdays, like during the lunch hour, Wednesdays at noon Central Time. And we have an agenda. So, number one, the important thing is to have your meetings with your team on a regular frequency. When they're scheduled, stay on schedule. Like, they're a non negotiable. Don't miss them, don't change them. There's very few times that we'll ever switch up a time because the team meeting is our constant and it's important. And I've gotten feedback from my team that they thrive on having those meetings and they light them up and they're good and they're good for the soul. So and that's good feedback that you want to have from your team. Your team certainly doesn't want to be dreading the team meetings. I've worked at a few places where I did not look forward to team meetings, and I don't want to promote that with my team. I want it to be the culture I want it to be. So again, number one, meeting regularly. Get it on everybody's calendars and stick with it. Second thing, number two, make them productive and have an agenda. So that is something I learned a long time ago as well. It's super important to not just get together and not have a guide, have what we're going to discuss and what the meeting agenda is. So every time we're virtually getting together with my team on Wednesday afternoons, we have our agenda up on the screen. My operations manager is sharing her screen and the agenda's up. We always start our meetings by having one of my team members recite our mission. It's been kind of fun because some of them can do it without having to read it. Our mission is to help positively impact as many lives as possible. We want to lead people to live longer, happier, healthier lives, free of unnecessary drugs and surgeries. We get to do that by helping the clinics that we serve and talking to the patients that we talk with. That's our mission. We say that every single time. Part of the reason for me for that is because we don't get to see patients every day. We don't get to feel the experiences the same way we do when we worked in practices. A lot of my team has worked in practices, and we have to be centered in what the mission is to be successful and really enjoy what we do every day, which is making a lot of phone calls to patients and sending a lot of text messages to patients. We're always centered around starting our meeting with our mission. So we have one of the team members so they stay engaged. It's not just me talking at them. The meetings have actually gotten quite opposite of that. I want engagement from the team. So we go over the mission. The next thing on our agenda is to share team wins. We want to hear where the team won, where their successes were for the week. Celebrate the successes. Sometimes meetings aren't always fun and we have to go through the icky stuff and the things that we need to improve on, but we do want to celebrate wins every time. So we celebrate wins. And then the next thing on the agenda is to quickly go through core value call outs. So we pull up on the screen what the Troy Methods company values are, our core values. And we have our team call each other out on, hey, Liz, she exuded our teamwork core value this week. Anytime we needed her to jump in, she was there. We have a whatever it takes attitude core value. Sierra, she just steps up every single time, and she always has that whatever it takes. So we spend a couple minutes celebrating wins, but also going over our core value call outs where our team is expressing through the work that they're doing what it means to be on the Troy Method team and the culture of the team that we are cultivating. Super important. And then the next thing on the agenda, we go into the grit of the meeting. What are team updates? Do we need to discuss? We actually have a document, a running document of what we're going to talk about. So if I come up with something I want to talk about with the team on the meeting and it's a week before the meeting, it goes on that document so we don't forget to discuss it. So we go through updates, we have conversation, we may train on something briefly, but that's the agenda we have for our meetings, and it works so very well. We leave it open to the team raising their hands, asking questions, giving input. We ask for input. We do not want it to be just the leadership team talking at our team. We want it to be open dialogue and 30 minutes. So I've gone through a lot of things that we do on our meetings, but we spend the first 5-10 minutes on our mission and celebrating the wins and the core values. We spend the rest of it on the grit. And the notes and what we need to talk about as a team and how we can improve together. And again, I've gotten some really awesome feedback. It's very humbling to get feedback from my team, that like private messages after our meetings that just say, oh, I love how productive they are and how to the point they are, but also how they kind of relight the fire for the day and just make them want to go after it and be better. So team meetings, so important, especially for virtual businesses, but doesn't matter. Brick and mortar businesses, 100% important to have meetings with your team. Make them feel involved. It builds the right culture, or the culture that I want to build in my business, and it makes for happier employees when we're all on the same page and we're all headed in the right direction. So wanted to share this little tidbit today. It was on my mind. Just had a really good team meeting. Most of our team meetings are good, but we just had a really good one today, and it fired me up, and I felt like sharing it with the group. I'd love to hear what you do for your team meetings, and if you have any feedback, any questions. I'll share our agenda and what that looks like. We have a document of the agenda, and it has the mission on it, and it has that we're going through the call outs. It has it so we never miss a beat on our meeting. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hope everybody's having a great night. Hope you found this useful, and we'll talk soon. Bye.